Hi there, my name is Derek Iwanaka. I'm with Prince Silver. Prince Silver is a new company that just started last year, and I'm a new CEO, just 3 months into the job, and we're advancing the Prince project, which is down in Nevada, the Silver State, and we're looking forward to getting to a resource estimate later on this year.
Derek, good to meet you.
Thank you.
How are you? Had a good week?
I've had a great week, and this is the last kind of topping on the cake, or the icing on the cake.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for saving us to last.
Yeah.
Right, PDAC's been pretty busy. Is it busy good or just busy?
That's a good question. Definitely busy. For the most part, I'd say busy good. And we've kind of met all sorts of people, whether it be investors, bankers, almost, I guess, every aspect of the ecosystem for mining. So service providers, drillers, potential partners, potential companies that could acquire us maybe one day. So we kind of met the whole gamut while we were here.
Fantastic. Look, I think you mentioned it in your intro, new CEO, new to obviously Prince as well. Give us a bit of your background. Where have you been? What have you done?
Sure. Most recently, I was with a company called BeMetals, which was like a subsidiary or offshoot of B2Gold. So a much larger backing company, and so that was great. But it was kind of time for me to branch out and do my own thing. Prior to that, I was with First Mining Gold. So First Mining Gold, I think I might have met you when I was at First Mining Gold.
Did.
And so that was part of kind of the first Majestic Silver group with Keith Newmar, and that was the really terrific times. We went out and acquired a whole bunch of assets in actually a tough market, and today I see that First Mining I think it's getting closer to $1 billion market cap. So
yes.
We helped found that company, and now it's a much larger company than when we left it. But yeah, that was the last two companies I was with, and just before that I was with a company called Uranerz Energy. Uranerz Energy was a uranium producer down in Wyoming, and it was acquired by Energy Fuels. And it's now, Energy Fuels, I actually haven't checked for a while, but I think it's a much larger company today.
5 billion.
5 billion, okay. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. And look, you've come on board, you've been brought on board because of that background to solve problems. That's what you got to do. So what's the brief from the board to you?
Well, number one was just make sure there's always money in the till, and that kind of helps solve some of the other things. But for me, I came on board because I really like the asset, and I think that it's in a very nice, safe jurisdiction. BeMetals, the last company I was at, we were down in Zambia, we were in Japan, and we were in also in Idaho, which, all decent jurisdictions, but I have to say none of them are as easy as as easy as Nevada.
Yeah, for sure. And silver, obviously topical, great. Mm-hmm. It's getting a good hearing at the moment. Silver in the USA, that's got to be good news.
Yes, absolutely. So it is considered a critical mineral, although a lot of people don't believe it. But yes, silver is a critical mineral. We have zinc, lead, copper, a little bit of copper. And then we also have gold, which is not a critical mineral, but it's considered a strategic metal in the United States.
And industrial use, actually starting to get motoring in it. Not just solar panels, but I'm hearing yesterday tomahawks. Who knew that?
I did not know that, but thanks for letting me know.
Topical and interesting at the same time.
Yes.
So maybe let's kind of dive on into the asset and sort of try and understand what is known about the asset, how much, where you picked it up from, what data have you got?
Sure. It's an old asset for sure, and was producing from 1912 to 1949. And I was looking back to see what the silver price was actually, because I was told that it was stopped because of low metal prices. You wouldn't believe it, but it was 79 cents an ounce at that time when silver was trading around those prices. And so it was shut down. Kind of surprisingly, it was never restarted again. And there have been a bunch of companies that have taken a crack at exploring it. It wasn't until 2012 where a company came in and drilled kind of further down at depth below the past workings. They did have some joy there, but it was a tough time and they weren't able to really keep it going. And we came in last year, started drilling it, and we went below the past workings, and we've actually hit, I'm not going to say it's a gold discovery, but we've certainly hit a lot of gold that wasn't previously mined and wasn't really previously thought as to be there.
Was any gold drilled at all? I mean, you think we're talking silver here, right?
Yes.
And but there's no historical record of gold having been drilled before.
There was a little bit of past production from gold, but it was very, very small. And so it wasn't really considered gold. It was definitely considered more of a silver and actually manganese and zinc were in there as well.
Okay, so given what you know today, it's a relatively new company. How do you get after this thing? Obviously, having money in the coffers, as you say, is important. So where are you with that?
Yeah, so we have 8 million in the bank right now. That clears the path for us to do at least complete the first phase of drilling, which we're about halfway through right now. Yep. That's 9,000 meters.
Yep.
And then we could do another phase of another 9,000 meters of drilling, but we really have to kind of, I guess, determine whether we have, I guess, enough drilling done that can get us a resource estimate. And we're aiming to have an estimate of about 100 million ounces of silver. So hopefully if this phase right now gets us to that number, we may just kind of stop it at that and then put out a calculation. If we're not there, at least we have the funds to keep on drilling so we can do the further drilling and hopefully that adds it up to get us up to 100 million ounces.
Okay, well let's talk about the type of drilling you're going to need to do to potentially plug those gaps to be able to kind of declare 100,000 ounces, because that's a big number.
Yeah, 100 million. Yeah, it's silver equivalent, so not just pure silver. But yeah, I mean, I think that the current program hopefully is going to get us there. Reason being is we're piggybacking off 130 historical drill holes that were done by previous operators. So we have that database of drill results. We're going to combine that with the drilling we're doing right now, and so that kind of leapfrogs us to probably skip a couple of years of exploration that a company normally would have to do. We've kind of bypassed that.
So you got the whole downhole data. Have you got the core still?
We don't have the core for it, but we have the data. So that's why we're going to have to what's called twinning. So you're basically just verifying the historical holes. So we've done some of that. And then we're doing a lot of infill drilling in between those holes. So that kind of verifies and then hopefully adds some ounces.
Okay, and so timing around all of that?
Aiming to have that done around July of this year.
Okay, quick.
That's if we can get, well, if the drilling continues to go well, then that's where we hope to be. If it requires, like, I mean, if we do hit some duds and we have to do some additional drilling, then we at least have the cash to do that, and maybe that pushes it to Q4.
Okay, and let's say you do. Let's say you do. What then follows? Because again, I don't know. All the information will be presumably historic as well. Will need to be brought up to date. So, in terms of additional permitting, etc., what's the kind of process in Nevada?
Yeah, I mean, before we even get to the permitting, I think the bigger question for us is how do you liberate the silver from the manganese? So I'm not a metallurgist, but the understanding is that it can be a challenge when you have silver and manganese, and so we had to take it to the metallurgist to take a look at it, and we're using the same laboratory as a company called Aftermath Silver, so they're kind of the forefathers, I guess you could say, of that. So they've kind of paved the way. We're using the same lab. Hopefully we can kind of bypass the process for part of it at least. It took them roughly, I think it was around 2 years to kind of figure out how to get the optimal recoveries, and so that was kind of paramount for us before we even get to the permitting part. Permitting is very straightforward, and what we're going to look into really is, because we have these critical minerals at the project, can we get either fast track through the U.S. government?
Fast 41.
Yeah, so maybe that could shorten down the time frame, which is supposed to only be 3 years to get a mining permit anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can bypass some of that at least with getting fast track with the U.S. government, then hopefully we can do that.
Okay, and so met work for sure. The permitting process and maybe fast 41 comes into play.
Right.
What else do you think you're going to need to do, and have you got the people to actually kind of manage that process currently?
Not all the people for sure. No, we're going to have to bulk up on the team.
Right.
Most definitely. So we're going to have to add some geologists, maybe a metallurgist at some point, and some engineers. So yeah, at some time, maybe next time I might be here, I'll have we're hiring sign, and because that might be kind of job one. Because
Yeah.
we're in a hot market, it's not easy
Absolutely.
to find good people right now.
Especially in Nevada. I mean, it really, things are really heating up down there, right?
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Good place to work. I mean, infrastructure's there. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all good news.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about 26. I'm looking for catalyst moments. You've name dropped a few there, which is great, and you sound aggressive and ambitious in terms of what you're going to be able to do. Because when I sometimes see this targeting 100 million ounce type headlines on front of a PDF PowerPoint, I'm like, right.
Yeah.
How long is that going to take?
Yeah.
It's ambitious, but
Right.
it is ambitious, but is it deliverable? So for you think the timelines are deliverable and doable?
Yeah,
Because of the historic
I
data?
think so. Based on our technical guys' feedback, they think it's doable. You know, I would say the market does not believe us because we're trading at sub $40 million market
Right.
cap. And if you look at kind of peers that have put out a resource of around that size, they're trading well in excess of $100 million market cap. So,
So tell me, just be blunt. I mean, signal to me, what exactly will those proof points be? I'm an investor. I want to make money.
Right.
If you can deliver on the drilling, plug those gaps, and declare that 100,000, and we also obviously are a big step. The network's another big step. Is what are the other things, the truth points that you think you need to come deliver on?
Well, so we're looking at a relatively small area of our property.
Yeah.
And we still think that we can get 100 million ounces just in that one small area. But on top of that, we're trying to accumulate quietly some additional ground, which we think we can get. And we have actually managed to get double the land package just as of a couple months ago. So we were able to acquire some more land. Hopefully we can get some more because we think, potentially we could have a district play. Now that's very forward-looking and definitely arm-waving type of stuff. But, for now, we'll just focus on that 100 million ounces.
I think it's as simple as that, don't you?
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah,
Good
thank
to
you,
meet
Matt.
you. No, it was always like these kind of news stories and trying to understand the plan and the strategy. And now, obviously, you told me what you're going to do. And I'm going to wait for you to execute. Could be big. Could be good.
Yeah, I've talked to a few investors, and they're basically, the feedback I had from a couple of them was, let's just show me what you have. Don't tell me what your story is, show me. And so I think that we're just going to have to deliver some good results. And we had a good batch of results in January, but were they just 5 hit wonders, or are we going to get some more good drill results? So we have 9 holes coming in the next couple of weeks.
Great.
So stay tuned for that, I would say.
Thank you.